Hello guys, Tops here. Today my Duelist tier list. So as you know, they all kind of suck. So let's go. Military Cleaver. It's worse, I would say. Just not great. High base damage, okay armor penetration, okay armor efficiency, but overall, just take it to the Cleaver. Much better. I don't like it. Fighting X, which is terrible. Overall, like good on headshots, but bad on anything else. Just horrible armor penetration, even with Duelist only 55%. So I don't like this. The Fighting X. The spear sucks for damage. Is good for utility, but like you don't need the Duelist. Like you can use the utility without Duelist, so just horrible. The flail, absolute garbage. Catastrophic. Like normal flail, by far the worst. By far the worst weapon for Duelist. By far. Same with this, a little bit better, has a little bit higher base damage, but because it splits attacks, it just triples your opponent's armor effectively. It's just terrible against armor. And it's okay against unarmored targets if you roll well. If you low roll, it's worse than a normal sword. Javelins, the Barbarian Javelins, probably the best ones, honestly. Like, I think throwers, they're not bad. They're kind of worth building. A good duelist, I would say. I think they still do less damage than two-handers, but like, and I mean they're not melee, but like they're okay. We can leave them there. Maces, I would say, overall very high armor penetration. I think you go up to 75% armor penetration or something like that. You also have good base damage, good armor efficiency, so they tend to be okay specifically against ancient undead and stuff like noble armies that have battle forge. Undead in general, yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad weapon. Is okay, but still two-handed version, much better. Katal sucks for damage, is okay with Dagger Mastery and Overwhelm, but you don't need a Katal for that. Sword, I would say, it's okay for utility, because you get plus 10% hit chance, and you have good base damage with bad armor penetration and okay armor efficiency. So for like the early game bros, as you guys know, the best brother in the game is a sword duelist. His name is Horst. You can make a sword duelist out of anybody. So taking that in mind, that you have like the utility and like still okay damage against like low armor targets is not the worst, but it's not great either. Hammer duelist, terrible. They have such low base damage that it's bad, like against all targets. They just suck. Armor penetration is, I think, same as the maces. Wait, let me check real quick. 1 second. As you guys know, I'm always very well prepared for these shows. So 40% armor penetration. I think the hammer has also 40%. But before I'm lying and somebody of you has to correct me, let me check. 50%, yeah. It's 10% more armor penetration, but like absolutely terrible base damage. I think that's like at least 10 base damage or like 10 damage less on average hit. So absolute garbage. Like they're okay when you want to proc fearsome reliably because they always do at least 10 hit point damage, but yeah, absolutely terrible. Fencer, I would say I would put here because if you find a good brother for that, like if you find a good fencer, he can do a lot of work. You can solo goblin camps with him. You can absolutely destroy brigand and to a certain degree nomad fights if you're careful and you don't get sanded. He can carry certain fights, but not in a lot, but there are certain fights he's not really good at. But if you play around his squishiness and if you have a really good brother for that, he's a lot of fun and he's good. So I would put the fencing sword. Very special case, but I would put it there. Yeah, that's my fencing tier list. My duelist tier list. I would say none of them can compare when it comes to damage to two-handers, except for maybe the Javelins. But again, they have good single target damage. I think if you take guns, for instance, which would be a two-handed ranged version, if the gun hits 6 targets, it's going to be more damage than the Javelin. If the gun berserks, it's going to be even more damage. Like bows have more range, shoot twice, lower damage, but more precision, I guess. Or like more long range capabilities. So yeah, it's really good early when your bros have bad hit chance and you fight up close and you get like throwing mastery for more damage and then you get to duelist. They are not bad, but yeah. Maybe they can compete with two-handed weapons when it comes to damage in certain scenarios. Maybe they can actually, because they throw twice with duelist. They are not bad. They're okay. Like throwing weapons, they're okay. Don't want to mock them too much, but especially the rest ones. Like basically what I'm saying is if you don't have a famed one, if you don't find a famed one-handed weapon that doesn't have additional damage and or armor penetration, just don't bother building duelist. It's just not worth it. You know, early on, swords and spears for utility, of course. Dagger with overwhelm for utility. Sure, why not? If you want to proc fearsome, take the hammer. If you have a fencer, play around with the fencer. If you want to smash ancient undead, take a two-handed mace. If you feel fancy, make a mace duelist and hope that you get a famed. Alright, that's my tier list. I hope this was helpful. Probably for most of you not, because you already know that they suck. But anyways, I just made it. It's out there. Maybe it will help some newer players. And I have to repeat, duelists suck in this game. Take a two-handed weapon. Solves most of your problems very quickly. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. You can send me your company or your self file on Discord or via email. It's in my description. You can watch me when I'm streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.